Nice to meet you. I'm Kyung Park. I'm in charge of ITT department in Busan Port Authority. Thank you for inviting me to this big conference. I'm very pleased to have a chance to introduce about ITT service using blockchain in Busan Port. Recently, blockchain is the latest technology that is being applied in various ways in logistics industry. Today, I'm going to present how we are using blockchain technology in the Port of Busan. The throughput in the Port of Busan is around 22 million TEUs last year. Especially transshipment throughput is almost half of them. And the throughput has been increasing by around 4% until last year. There are two ports in Busan, New Port and North Port. North Port is the old port located in the city, about 25 kilometers away from New Port. North Port had played a major role in the Port of Busan until around 10 years ago. But now most of the functions have been moved to New Port. New Port started operating from 2006 and now has been handling about 70% of the total volume of Busan Port. Therefore, there is a lot of traffic and transportation between New Port and North Port, and it costs a lot on the transshipment. So we plan to expand New Port in the long run to handle the entire volume. As I mentioned, the Port of Busan has more than 10 million TEUs of transshipment a year. About 3 million TEUs of them are transported between different terminals. So we call this transportation ITT, that means interterminal transportation, and around 1.8 billion TEUs of ITT happens in New Port. There are many terminals in the Port of Busan, 5 container terminal and 1 multi-purpose terminal in New Port and 3 terminal in North Port. And Busan Port has a lot of stakeholders, around 300 trucking companies, over 60 carriers, etc. And they are communicating with each other in various ways. Basically, they are using the EDI system, but it's not in real time. And they also use email, mobile radio, and mobile phone. Even someone uses PAX. So it is very hard to share the data between each stakeholder. These problems cause a lot of inefficiencies like traffic congestion, truck drivers waiting for a long time for loading and unloading, and a lot of rehandle work at terminals. Currently, there are many problems related to ITT in Busan Port. One of the reasons is that data sharing is not good because carriers, trucking companies, and truck drivers send information in different ways. As a result, which impact terminal productivity, truck waiting times, and traffic congestion. When the carriers send shipping risks to the trucking companies, they are using EDI or Excel. In some cases, there would be some errors or changes when they enter information into the system or Excel. Besides this, the trucking companies need to know the location of the container at the terminal to make a distribution plan. However, it is very hard to check the placement of containers. And the truck goes to terminal without reservation in a certain time zone, so traffic is centralized at the time zone. For these reasons, ITT impact traffic congestion and terminal productivity a lot. So it is very important to increase ITT transport efficiencies in Busan Port. So we are now trying to solve these problems by using post-industrial revolution technology such as blockchain. Before, the stakeholders in Busan Port were able to check the information sequentially only through the EDI system. Now we made a platform to share information at the same time through blockchain technology. This is our ITT system image based on blockchain. We have developed an ITT system last year to improve ITT service in Newport by using blockchain technology, Hyperledger. Now the trucking companies will be able to check the status of a container, such as location, loading and unloading, or gate in and out check. Truck drivers can get the shipping order with their smartphone application. And when they arrive at the terminal gate, they can check the location of the container that they have to deliver on their smartphone. Terminal operation companies are able to know the location of the truck in advance, so they can prepare for the ITT transportation before the truck arrives. We developed a logistic platform in Busan Port called Chain Portal. Chain Portal consists of three main categories: ITT service based on blockchain, terminal information, single window, and big data analysis system. Let me introduce the main function of the Chain Portal. Previously, the trucking companies were able to issue a transportation order by allocation one container to one truck. As a result, when the delivery was complete, the dispatcher had to continue to issue the shipping order, and sometimes container rehandling operation occurred frequently because they couldn't take into account the container location, loading position, resulting in the inefficiency of waiting to delivery and terminal operations. Now the system can automatically issue the next shipping order by considering the location of container. When the transportation is complete, by mapping multiple cargo to several trucks. Through this grouping order, it is expected that IT transportation efficiencies will improve by about 25%. The following is real-time container tracking. Previously, it was difficult for carriers or trucking companies to figure out the status and movement of container in real time. But now we can get the status of gate in, cargo loading and unloading, and gate out of trucks after the shipping order issue in real time in Chain Portal system. When the trucking companies make the distribution plan, it is very important to check the location of the container, the loading and unloading status of the terminal, the condition of the container, etc. in advance. In order to get this information, before the dispatchers of the trucking companies had to access the website of each terminal and check the container information one by one. However, the terminal information single window is now established in Chain Portal to make it easier to get 21 information such as container loading and unloading status, etc. for 9 containers at Busan Port on a single window. And we are also providing the API to link these terminal data to the trucking company's own system so they can utilize it directly within their system. We are expecting several effects through the system. For example, carriers can check the status of container in real time. The trucking companies will be able to reduce errors in the delivery of information and make distribution plan considering the location of the container, which will be able to increase the transport efficiencies, and the trucking waiting time on arrival at the terminal is going to be reduced there. And I think that the terminal can increase productivity by checking the shipping order and the location of trucks in advance. A lot of people wonder what is the difference between the blockchain-based system and a traditional integrated system. It is important to collect stakeholders' data to make this kind of logistic platform. However, if we build an integrated system, the owner of data would become the company that built the system, like BPA. As a result, stakeholders do not want to provide their data. And when they try to expand the platform to other port or RAN, the integrated system has limitation in collection data. But the blockchain system might reduce the burden of providing information by allowing information providers to participate as the owner of each information. And I think the blockchain-based system is easy to expand to oversee or run platform. We already developed and released the blockchain ITT system in April this year, and around 10,000 transport orders a month are being processed through this chain portal. Next year, we are going to make an additional function as a vehicle booking system and expand this platform to other ports in Korea. And we have planned to expand this system by connecting with land logistics and overseas port. Finally, we want to collect port logistic data and create a platform that can create new business. To do this, I think we need a single platform to interface data with participating companies and efficiently develop and deliver new service to them. So we are planning to develop a cloud-based logistic platform to reduce costs that allow various stakeholders to participate. Through this integrated platform, we can develop logistics services such as real-time logistic tracking and the vehicle booking system. And we hope that we can share the data on this platform to startup companies to use on their business. In the future, the logistics industry will be able to create new values and more competitiveness by expanding connectivity. To realize this, we can utilize various new technology, including blockchain. And I think it's very important to cooperate between stakeholders such as port and shipping companies, etc. I'll finish my presentation with the hope that the port logistics industry will continue to grow through active cooperation and the application of new technology. Thank you very much.